Hello, I am jumping on with Jane Hardy from Body Mastery today to talk about meditation for self-love. I am a big fan of self-care and taking care of your body and your mind, and I can't wait to talk to Jane about this. I'd like to open by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which I come to you from today. I am on the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, actually at the airport. I pay my respects to the elders, past, present and emerging. The traditional custodians of the land here are the Bundjalung people of the Yagambeh language region, and I acknowledge their continuing care of waterways, land and skies. So, hey Char, I'm going to welcome on now our lovely guest, Jane Hardy, who has been very patient with me, I must say. I was actually meant to be live when I was in the cab on the way to the airport where I am now. But Jane has been patiently waiting for me, so thank you very much. Welcome, Jane. Let's open with the big old fun question of who are you?
Oh my God, that's a huge question. Hi, Emma. Hello, everyone. I am Jane. I am Jane Hardy. I'm a mum of two boys, and I am also the founder of Body Mastery, which is my business, which is my passion, and which is how I live my life.
I love
So
that.
I hope that sums it up. Okay.
It's beautiful. And where are you based?
I am in Shell Harbour in New South Wales, about an hour and a half south of Sydney, which is beautiful on the coast. Yeah.
Fabulous. And Jane has reached out to me, and we'll talk about it a bit more at the end, because she is close to where my gorgeous Rest and Receive retreat is going to be in Kangaroo Valley. So Jane's going to be a lovely surprise, but not so much surprise now, guest, and come along and do a meditation for us. But tell me, so Body Mastery, what does that mean?
Sure. So Body Mastery is all about you living connected with your body in your truth. So I see the body as a portal into our soul, into our authentic self, whatever name you call that. And I always feel the body is constantly telling us things, talking to us, our intuitive voice, whether it's a pain, whether it's joy, whatever the expression is in our body. So Body Mastery is all about coming back to us, coming back to ourselves, and deepening into self-love. Self-love is a huge part of this, because we can be criticizing ourselves, we can be in this really critical relationship with ourselves and our bodies. So it's all about changing that story, changing the programs within, and loving ourselves, loving our bodies, cultivating a loving, compassionate relationship with ourselves. So self-compassion it was a game changer for me. This is hot. I mean, I'm a survivor of PTSD. I've healed myself from PTSD, and Body Mastery has been a game changer, a life changer, a lifesaver. So yeah, it's all about just living in your body, in your mastery, loving yourself, listening to your intuition, and living from that place, regardless of what roles you play in life. And yeah, so that's Body Mastery in a nutshell. There's so much more, but that's in a nutshell.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's good that we will start somewhere. We've got to build up. We've got to ease these people in. And so, and we were talking about today meditation for self-love. And I think sometimes, you and I talked the other day and said, I think sometimes people like meditation is quite daunting, or people feel like they have to sit on a cushion like this for an hour. But what is meditation? Oh, by the way, I'm in an airport lounge, so don't worry if you hear things. This isn't very meditative right here.
Sorry, my husband and son have just got home, and the dog's about to start barking, so it's all fine. This is kind of it's all good.
This is why we need meditation. So tell me, what does meditation look like or mean to you?
Meditation for me it can be anything. So, for example, it could be so I teach on a meditation down at Kiama where you lie down and receive, and that's a stillness meditation. It could be, you were talking about walking meditations. It could be a walking meditation. It could be a workout where you're completely connected with your body as you're doing, your bicep curls. It could be washing the dishes. It's really about just being present and creating yourself space so that we're centered in our body, listening to our body, I love dance meditation. Some, like when I wake up in the morning, I might do a dance meditation. I might do just sitting stillness, mantra meditation. It really depends on what you need on the day. For example, when I was in trauma therapy, I could not sit in stillness meditation. I would seriously sit down and try and just focus on my breath, and I would be up in the kitchen without even realizing it because I didn't want to go into my body. So I found different ways, like moving was a
Mm.
really good way of connecting. It can be anything. Honestly, it's not just sitting in stillness thinking I have to still my mind. It's about just connecting with your senses, connecting with your body, leaning into yourself, turning your awareness inwards into your body. And that's how I love to do meditation. That works for me because
Mm.
I was so disassociated from my body for most of my life. So my meditations no longer take me out. I don't go out into visualization. I don't go off into the universe anymore. I have to come in, connect with my cells, connect with my atoms, connect with my energy that's inside of me. And it's just changed the way I live, because now I'm in my body and I'm empowered in my choices and who I am as a person and as a mum and as a businesswoman.
Mm, I love that. And, you know, I saw a speaker the other day, and it brought up a lot of things for me. Her name's Emma Carey. M. Carey. Her book is called "The Woman Who Fell from the Sky" because she literally fell from a skydiving accident and broke her body, survived it, and is now walking paraplegic. But I
Mm.
actually also broke my body. I broke my back, so it was bringing up a lot of things, you know, and although yes, both were traumatic, actually the gift from that was that it did give me such better awareness of my body. And I feel like I did it snowboarding personally, so I feel like I'm a better snowboarder now. I listen to my body better. If there's a niggle or something, I do something about it. I feel it more. I'm more grateful for it. And what she said that was that you are not your body. Like, so you're, like, which I thought was really, because she was sort of talking about, you know, like, you know, our body works for us and does all these things for us, but like we're also ourself. And, you know, I think we get so focused on the outer, and we get very critical of our poor little bodies. And yeah, I really, that was one of, like, that nugget just sort of struck me. And it's like, you are not your body. Yeah, we're more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I see the body as an extension of your soul. So
Mm,
it's like I'm working with someone or with myself, I kind of feel the cells, when we relax our cells, they open and our soul expresses through. When you feel really good within yourself, you're really connected, and
mm,
you think, oh my God, you're glowing. So you've got that soul glow, I suppose. Um, and our body it's a portal for us to express ourselves in the world for whatever reason, for whatever purpose. We all have our own journey to walk. So yeah, absolutely, it's a part of us, but there is so much more to connect with
mm.
within. And yeah, definitely, so that's amazing.
Mm, oh, incredible. I mean, I think I had another challenging body time when going through the pregnancy, actually. And you and I met through Osmompreneur, and I speak very vocally about, I personally didn't enjoy pregnancy. And I'm actually very grateful to Osmompreneur founders, Peace and Katie, because I caught up with them on a retreat before I had my son, and they were really helpful. But, you know, that was such a challenge because, you know, yeah, your body gets taken over and all this stuff's happening, and it was really a tough time. Um, yeah, or, you know, trying to do all the things, all the mind things, and you know, like I've just talked about, I really like the walking meditations, but walking became hard, you
Mm.
know, for me. So finding ways to do that, and you know, I went on this retreat and there was yoga, and at that time, you know, lying down was uncomfortable. So I know that you talked about that. You said you're really quite open when you do yours, if people can find what works for them.
100%. And this is why I say every day is different, because we're experiencing life differently, whether it's through pregnancy, whether it's through a broken back. And that's where we go, okay, I can't do what I used to do. I need to meet myself right here, right now. And not criticize myself because I'm in pain or I'm not doing it how everyone else is telling me to do it or how it should be. So it's about, you know, connecting with yourself and asking yourself, what is it that I need today? What is it that my body needs, my energy needs to feel nourished, to feel loved, to feel supported, so that I can fulfill my purpose or fulfill my roles and be a mother or be a businesswoman or whatever role, you know, we play so many different roles in life. So that's why when I teach meditation, it's like, come in, here is a mat for you, here is a bolster, here is a blanket. If you need to roll over during meditation, roll over during meditation. If you need to lie in your stomach, if you need to sit up, whatever it is that you need to be comfortable so that you can drop into your body. It doesn't have to be a rigid, you know, lotus position, stiff back or anything like that. That's how I was taught when I was studying yoga years ago. Don't move, don't do this. I'm just like, no, that's not who I am. You have to listen to your body. It just does not work. Or it could work and it could be amazing, and it has been amazing. I've experienced amazing meditations in that space, but I can't go into full lotus position. My hips are so tight. To lie, and that's it.
Yeah. I think, we had a bit of buffer there.
We had a moment.
It's so lovely and so kind, because I think sometimes, you know, I've even experienced it. Yeah, I think yoga and meditation can be a bit daunting and off-putting because it is seen as, it can be a little bit judgy. It can be a little bit judgy in some spaces, and then people just say, well, it's not for me. Or, you know, and what I said to you, I think as well, is like sometimes people think about doing relaxation or wanting to connect more, and they're like, well, I've got to go do yoga then. And it's like, I'll say, you know, sometimes I don't feel like yoga. I'm more of a Pilates gal. I like walking, swimming, like hiking, you know, like you said about doing a physical workout. Sometimes that's why I love snowboarding, because I'm so, you know, even when it leads to breaking my back, I'm so present. And you have to concentrate.
Yes.
You have to be present, because it's fast at every turn, every sort of split second matters. And so I actually really enjoy that, that focus, and then the stillness of being there. And the same with Pilates. I like, you know, someone's telling me what to do and I have to do it, and I have to focus and concentrate if I'm going to get the best out of it. And so you can go into a meditative state, but I feel like it's all been associated with this sort of sitting in a chair now.
Yeah, I think so too. I completely agree with you and hear you. And I love that you talk about that with snowboarding, because you do. I used to do mountain bike riding, not good at it. I was always scared, but you had to, otherwise you're going to hit a tree, you know. So it's just being present, isn't it? It's just being present in the moment. Even in a conversation, it can just be a beautiful conversation, heart-centered conversation. You're so present, you're listening, and you walk away from that feeling amazing and connected to yourself. So I think, you know, for anyone who is listening and you know, think about meditation. I can't meditate, I can't do this. Yes, actually you can. Just find what works for you. And if your mind is wandering during that time, it's okay. That's normal. It's like, all you need to do is have the awareness, I'm thinking. Okay, now I'm going to just bring my focus back here. And I say, not now, mind. You put an internal boundary in place. I'm meditating. So you're actually having a conversation with yourself, and that's really powerful, to just simply acknowledge that you're thinking. Please don't criticize yourself, because when you criticize yourself, you are adding stress to your body. You're putting yourself into fight and flight. That's why I'm so
not doing it right.
Yeah, exactly. You are.
Meditate harder. Relax. Come on.
It doesn't
Quickly.
work. It's not. I know.
Hurry up and relax. It's one of my favorite memes. Hurry up and relax.
Yeah. So it's not going to work for you. So my recommendation, my suggestion is, be kind to yourself. Make that choice to just give it a go. And if your mind is wandering, take a breath and go, okay, my mind is wandering, and just keep coming back. Even if it's that whole meditation session, keep bringing your mind back to the focus of your breath and your body, or whatever focus you're being guided on. And make the choice to love yourself. Make the choice to speak to yourself with kindness, and with
Mm.
compassion, because that in itself will help your it will soothe your nervous system. It switches on the rest and digest. So if you're stressed and you don't want to pile any more stress on top, please be aware of how you're speaking to yourself and how you're treating yourself. It's I can't stress enough how powerful that is, because that's been a huge game changer for me, because my relationship with myself was horrendous, and it
Yeah.
supported me through healing PTSD.
Yeah, incredible. My little mantra is my mind has wandered and I accept that. And I
Ah,
say it
beautiful.
a lot. So, fun fact about me, here's a lot of, sharing my stories today. But I actually did a 10-day silent meditation in India, which no one who knows me would believe that. But I did it. I did the Vipassana, and that is hardcore. But when you were speaking at the start, that feeling it in your body, like literally feeling a pain that's so strong that you feel like you can't stand it, and then feeling
Mm,
that pain drift away. And it was very interesting because I thought it was going to be more of a conscious thing. Like, I'll think about this thing that was traumatic, and then I'll be like, whoa, I was really terrified of what was going to come out of the back of my mind, because we can just block out with all the music and noise and talk. But it was really interesting because of going through the process of the acceptance. It was like, oh, okay, well, that happened. And actually understanding that some of that trauma and those things that were in the back of my mind were coming up in my body. And so I didn't necessarily associate it directly with the logical, I've thought about this, there's a pain, but there were things that definitely shifted. And it's, pretty incredible experience to sit with yourself for that long.
yeah, it's I've also done a silent meditation retreat in India, and that was I love it. I love being silent. I love going into that space. But I absolutely hear you around acknowledging that, if we do have trauma in the body, that it does actually affect us, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally. It really does. And I'm speaking from my own experience there. So it's kind of, that's why I think self-compassion is really important. When we acknowledge that we have this pain, then when we understand where it's coming from, it can be quite daunting and quite confronting. I think that's why we avoid our bodies so much, because we may not be ready to go in. So if people want to try meditation, try it. But if you feel like there's something that you're not ready for, don't force it. If someone's telling you you need to meditate, you need to meditate, but your body's going, actually, no, I don't, because I'm not ready to go into my body yet. It's really important that you honor that as well, and allow your journey of whatever it is that you're choosing. If it is a healing journey and a reclamation of your body and your truth, and, this whole personal development journey, it's really important that you meet that journey with compassion, and also to allow it to unfold organically. I always see it's like, if we do have a wound in the body, whether it's physical, or a mental, emotional, whatever it is, when you cut your knee, you can't force that to heal. You need to nurture it with Band-Aid and with some, antiseptic, whatever. You need to nurture it and allow it to heal. And that's what I feel we can do for ourselves, from a deep place of love and compassion and acknowledgement, and giving ourselves space. Because what happens is we create an internal environment that is filled with love, that is filled with gentleness, that is filled with openness and compassion and kindness. And then that creates an environment that allows our wounds to heal organically.
Yeah. Oh, so good. And
Mm.
so, you are, because we connected at Osmum, and then through hooking this up, and you saw that I was running the retreat, and have generously offered to come and run a session for the ladies, which is so wonderful. Obviously, we're on the same page about resting and receiving. But,
Yes.
we talked a little bit, but what's sort of that's, going to look like? What are we going to do there? I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to just being a participant too.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it too. Well, I feel like when I feel into the rest and receive, and your retreat, I feel like I will just come and offer a space um, that will allow for that rest and receive to happen. So for me, it's like I do this with the cells, because it's like, when we start to relax and say yes to receiving, our cells will open of our body. And when they're open, they will thrive. and they will be happy. And it's amazing what happens when you acknowledge your body. I'm sure you know from everything that you've done with your body
Sarah.
that the cells are like, oh my gosh, you know, this is amazing. So I feel like we would just, the meditation that I imagine I will offer will be in alignment with resting and receiving, so that the ladies can just lie back and go into a very deep relaxation within themselves, within their body. And from that place, wisdom flows. So I know you're all about, you know, live and love your brand and being your unique self. From that place of stillness, from that place of deep rest, that is where our wisdom and creativity and that amazing energy comes from. And we have to give ourselves that space. Otherwise, we're forcing, we're not living aligned with our
Yeah.
truth, and that's when we become depleted. So I feel like that's what I'll be offering.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. And I thank you for your generosity and for, just feeling into that and for your time today. So tell us, how can we continue to connect with you?
Sure. Well, my Instagram account, bodymastery.studio, or my website is bodymastery.studio, and you can come on there and check out my offerings, or you can sign up to my email list and receive three free self-love rituals. And yeah, just see if I resonate with you.
I love that. And we can give Jane a big cheer on for next Tuesday, where she's going to be doing a pitch at the Women in Tech
Yeah.
Pitch Day. So that is super exciting. Sending you all the love for that, and amazing
Thank
for you to
you.
continue sharing your message. So thank you for sharing it here today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful, and it's been such a great conversation. So have a
Love
great
it.
flight.
Thank you. I will try to. Actually,
All the
I've got
best.
a meditation for the plane, and it's really interesting. So I'm going to try that one today.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I
Thanks,
love it.
everyone. Thanks.